Roll call of the members. Councilor Arrigo.
Here.
Here. Councilor Correggio.
Here.
Here. Councilor Janino.
Here.
Here. Councilor Guanasso.
Here.
Here. Councilor Hass is absent. Councilor Novoselsky.
Here.
Here. Councilor Patch.
Here.
Here. Councilor Powers.
Here.
Here. Councilor Reardon.
Here.
Here. Councilor Zambuto.
Here.
Here. And Council President Penta.
Here.
Here. Quorum is present. Calendar item number 1, report of the Legislative Affairs Subcommittee.
Council Regal.
Thank you, Mr. President. This evening, the Legislative Affairs Subcommittee met on one issue, which was an ordinance amending the City of Revere's sewer use regulations. We are holding that in committee and getting a little bit more information per Councilor Reardon's request. So we will be having a subsequent Legislative Affairs Subcommittee meeting on this issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Regal.
Calendar item number 2, report of the Zoning Subcommittee.
Councilor Reardon.
Thank you, Mr. President. This evening, the Zoning Subcommittee met to consider an application for 338 Squire Road LLC, seeking permission from the Revere City Council for a special permit to erect a standing accessory sign exceeding the zoning regulations. I will report that the measure or the petition was reported out of the subcommittee unanimously and is ready, I believe, for a vote this evening.
Madam Clerk, we'll take that up for a vote. Roll call on that.
Shall the relief requested be granted on the special permit application of Squire Road LLC relative to the construction of a standing accessory sign? Councilor Arrigo.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Correggio.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Janino.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Guanasso.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hass is absent. Councilor Novoselsky.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Patch.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Powers.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Reardon.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Zambuto.
Yes.
Yes. And Council President Penta.
Yes.
Yes, the special permit has been approved. Calendar item number 3, communication from
Mr.
the mayor.
President,
Councilor
suspension of
Sambur.
rules, file for reconsideration.
Say it one more time.
Suspension of rules and file for
On
reconsideration.
the last vote?
Yes.
All in favor, all opposed, suspension of rules. Well, the hopes that it will not prevail. So moved.
Calendar item number 3, communication from the mayor relative to various transfers and appropriations.
Mayor.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, members of the City Council. You probably received this communication with your packages this weekend. I know it doesn't give much time, and as I've said several times since taking over as mayor last January, that I know what it's like. I sat on that other side with you, and it's never good when the mayor comes up and says, I need a vote right now. But the only reason that I do need, and I'm asking for a vote this evening, if at all possible, is so that it doesn't conflict with the timing of our quarterly tax bills. A vote tonight would allow us to set the tax rate. I tried to explain as much as I possibly could the reasoning for these appropriations and where the appropriations came from in this letter. The first part, obviously, is we finally got a vote ratifying the premium holiday, which we budgeted for. It was in the budget. It was in the budget that we submitted. It was in the budget that you approved. But we didn't get a formal vote until just last week. So now we're authorized, and we know that that money is there. Further, as we know, the teachers union, this was their first year now entering into the health insurance plan, the plan design that the rest of the city was on. And that resulted in some significant savings that is really the reason for these last-minute appropriations. You know, on the first page of this communication, it talks about how every union was out of contract. Some a couple of years, 6 months, and the rest all as of June 30th. And I don't think it does any of us any good. Actually, we have one union in arbitration. So I don't think it does any of us any good, certainly doesn't do me any good, to just let those linger on and just keep kicking it down the street hoping for a decent outcome, you know? So given these funds that we're able to allocate for salary negotiations, I think that we're, you know, ready to put some pretty fair offers on the table for our municipal unions. And that's why I'm asking for the $1,053,852 be appropriated in the reserve salary account for negotiations. There's also $230,000, a little over that, $230,235. When the school department submitted their budget last fiscal year, the budget had not really yet been finalized. And so as a result of the budget becoming final, their budget actually went up, which means the city side's contribution went up, so we meet net school spending. So that's the reason for that appropriation. But again, we're fortunate in that we have that savings that we're realizing as a result of the teachers once again entering plan design. So, you know, as you can see, the school department's budget for FY13 was increased from $66,358,441 to $66,588,676. So that, unfortunately, changes the amount of the city's contribution. And then the last request is to put $75,000 into the police department's detail account. It's been brought to my attention during salary negotiations that police officers are choosing not to take details because of the situation in terms of getting paid for those details. In some cases, waiting up to 8 weeks to get paid. We're trying to address the root problem for that, which I believe is slow collections. And I've talked with our Director of Finance, George Anzoni, who is here with us this evening. He's well aware of the problem and the situation. But I think rather than giving details to police officers outside the city, I wanted to try to do what we could, almost in the spirit of these contract negotiations, to get back on track with our own police officers to work details. Now keep in mind, this $75,000 appropriation is not money we're spending. That's still city money, and it's just in a revolving account. It's technically, it's still our money, our funds. It just gives them the ability to get caught up, start doing details again, and then, you know, hopefully when the time comes, I mean, if it ever gets to a point where their collections are so good that they have an excess in there, we'll start taking back and drawing down on those funds that we're allowing them to use now. But for now, just to get them in a stable position where they can work details and not have to wait 8 weeks to get paid. I don't think any one of us would like to go to work this week and not get paid for 8 weeks. It just doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense for us anyway, and that's the reason for that appropriation. I'm willing to answer any questions that you may have, and certainly our Director of Finance is here. He can help answer questions as well. So if there is any questions on behalf of the City Council, we're here for that.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, Councilor Rigo.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just, I guess the biggest question I have is, you know, where's the money coming from? I know that we've had some revenue reductions, and we've had, you know, we're looking at $1.5 million in the rental car surcharge coming down, motor vehicle excise money is coming down, and there was no, I know there was no money in the salary contingency or salary fund, you know, in the budget that we approved. I guess I'm wondering where the money is coming from. Is it free cash? Is it that revenues came in above what we were expecting, and there's a little bit of wiggle room?
A lot of it, in all honesty, is from the savings that we're realizing from the teacher's salary account, from the teacher's insurance account. We are not going to have to dip into stabilization whatsoever, at least as it stands right now. I don't know. I mean, we're bracing for any type of 9C3 cuts that we may have to deal with. I'm not sure. But right now, like, this is money that that we have realized to date that the city is saving, because there's obviously, the teachers make up a good bulk of the municipal employees, and the savings by them going to plan design gives the city, as you can see, over $1 million in savings right there. So we're able to take that money and use it to appropriate to other needs that the city has.
So this money is coming from the savings that are kind of outlined in that first paragraph?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Rea. Council Powers.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Mayor, in your first paragraph, you ask for a favorable vote that would allow premium payments for employees to be waived for 1 month. And that's due to the reduction that you made in the health insurance account that this council approved when we approved the budget for FY13 in June. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, and that's due to less money being taken out of the trust. Is that correct?
Well, because of the experience level that the trust account has had, we have had very favorable experience, and so in doing so, you can't, in other words, we self-insure, okay? And so all of the money that we have in there, you can only grow it to a certain level. Otherwise, it becomes, no longer a health insurance account. It becomes more of like a savings account, and that's not the purpose for the health insurance trust fund. So because the experience has been so good, we're trying to knock that down, the amount of money we have in that account down. So it not only gives the employees a month off from having to pay their health insurance, but it gives the city, who pays 80% of that, also a premium holiday. So it really is a good thing. It's a good thing for the employees, but it's really a good thing for the city.
But we do have to keep a minimum amount of money in that account, don't we, by law?
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's
So,
what, $4 million, something like that?
well, I'm not sure. Yeah, absolutely.
If I may, there's no minimum that we have to require by law to keep in there. We have our working capital, which we already gave to the health insurance companies. Which is Blue Cross Blue Shield and Harvard Community Health Plan. So what has to happen is, what we look at is where there was a savings for the employee, that also be savings for the city. And when we asked the Public Employee Committee, which oversees the health insurance for the employees of the city, when we asked them for this vote, they agreed, and one of the major reasons I believe they agreed is because their employees also share in the savings. It's not just a one-way. Their employees share in the savings, whereas the cities receive the 80%. Now, if my memory serves correctly, at the beginning of this, we have a very healthy trust fund in the city. We have before this took place, it was $5.4 million. So it's going down to $4.3 million, and that still is still a very healthy trust fund. So there are, people can look at it. I mean, there are cities and towns that have our size have trust funds a lot less than that, which is maybe some to $1 million too. But our experience rate has been very well, and plus during the years we've kept the money in there. We've had only one time previous to this have we had a premium holiday.
And I just have one other question. And the money that, the appropriation that the administration is looking for salary negotiations, that's going to be kept in an escrow account separate to be used only for salary negotiations. Is that
What you
correct?
put in there, that's all it can be used for.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Council Powers. Any other council take a roll call on this? On a transfer? All four together.
That the City Council reduce the health insurance appropriation by $1.1 million for the FY 2013 budget. 2, that the City Council appropriate $1,053,852 into an account reserved for salary negotiations. 3, that the City Council appropriate $230,235 to the School Department budget for FY13, and 4, that the City Council allocate $75,000 to the Police Detail Escrow account. Councilor Arrigo?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Correggio?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Janino?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Guanasso?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hess is absent. Councilor Novoselsky?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Patch?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Powers?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Reardon?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Zambuto?
Yes.
Yes. And Council President Penta?
Yes.
Yes, the appropriations have been approved.
You may address the council.
The first motion that you, out of that motion you made, the first item, 1.1 deduction, we've already made that. We submitted the budget to the council, so if you do it again, it's going to be a doubling. Excuse me. Hello? Yes. You're going to do a doubling of the 1.1 million. So that part of it needs to be reversed before we...
Point of information, Mr. President.
Yes.
It was my
State your point.
understanding that we were just giving the mayor permission to do that. I know we've already cut the money
You
from
already
the
cut the
budget
money from the
once.
budget. I just
We
want to make it
certainly don't
understood
want
that
to do it again.
we're not doubling it, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so it's not. Okay, thank you. And the other part of it,
Well,
if I
the
also
way
made
you-
the
the way you-
reaffirmation of the vote, Madam Clerk,
You right here, a favorable vote would allow premium payments. So
a favorable vote, no, it's a favorable vote of the PEC committee.
Okay, so then we shouldn't take up.
Right,
we'll take the three separate, take that one separate.
371, and also the reaffirmation of the vote last week for the minimum residential factor.
Let's just redo the vote for, that the City Council appropriate $1,053,852 into an account reserved for salary negotiations. 2, that the City Council appropriate $230,235 to the School Department budget for FY13. And 4, that the City Council allocate $75,000 to the Police Detail Escrow account. Councilor Arrigo?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Correggio?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Janino?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Guanasso?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hess is absent. Councilor Novoselsky?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Patch?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Powers?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Reardon?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Zambuto?
Yes.
Yes. And Council President Penta?
Yes.
Yes, the appropriations have been approved. And there needs to be another vote, according to the Director of Finance, that the City Council ratify the vote approving the minimum residential factor for fiscal year 2013.
Roll
Council
call.
President, why do we have to do that again?
Because when the assessors are up here before, in front of us, they never gave us the actual number to equate to the tax rate. So it's basically a technicality to make it official. Is that correct, Ms. Finance? Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
On the vote, Councilor Arrigo?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Correggio?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Janino?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Guanasso?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hess is absent. Councilor Novoselsky?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Patch?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Powers?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Reardon?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Zambuto?
Yes.
Yes. And Council President Penta?
Yes,
Yes, the minimum residential factor has been approved.
thank you.
Calendar item number 4, communication from the mayor relative to the reappointment of Miss Ann Raponi to the Conservation Commission.
Send it to our Ways and Means. Appointments Committee.
Calendar item number 5, communication from the mayor relative to the reappointment of Mr. Harold Landry as a constable for the city of Revere.
That'll go to Appointments Committee. The only question I have is, I think that's an appointment, not a reappointment. I don't think he's ever been a constable. So, it'll go
It'll
to
be an
Appointments Committee,
an
correct.
appointment of Mr. Harold Landry as a constable. Calendar item number 6, motion presented by Councilor Powers that the mayor request National Grid to install a street light on pole number 1852 adjacent to 101 Rice Ave. The area is very dark and the light should be immediately installed in the interest of public safety.
Council Powers.
Thank you, Mr. President. I believe the motion speaks for itself.
On the motion, all in favor, all opposed, so voted. Motion to adjourn. The next meeting will be next Monday, that's the 17th. Motion to adjourn, all in favor, all opposed, so voted.